I'm with Ken Cuccinelli, Virginia's Attorney General, and that's a challenge, being Virginia's Attorney General, isn't it?
Well, it isn't boring. Boredom has not overtaken us. We've had a number of contests with the federal government that are going to come to fruition this year, 2012, but we continually have the battle to defend life at every stage. I've done that since I was in the state Senate in Virginia, and it continues in a new role as Attorney General.
Absolutely, and you've pushed hard on a lot of issues. Really putting them on the forefront, and to the consternation of the people who really don't want to see things change. They, to them, and isn't that funny because they call us the conservatives, right?
Right,
but yet they don't want to change this issue on abortion, do they?
No, except to push it farther and harder, and while we're trying to preserve some semblance of dignity for life, and even the women who are getting abortions. We want to show them the respect and love they need at a very difficult time, all while keeping in mind the ultimate goal, which is to make abortion disappear in America.
There we go.
And make people want it that way.
Well, one of the things that happened recently was that bill that was supposed to clean things up in those abortion facilities. Now, obviously we say let's just close them, but this thing was supposed to, as I heard a woman from NARAL, she said that if that bill ever went through, it was going to shut down all the places in Virginia. What's going on with that bill?
Well, that pushed regulations, which of course we were involved in seeing through to their endpoint, and the governor recently signed them. They'll go into effect January 1 of next year. And they'll basically, as I had said earlier, require treating the women who go into those facilities, making a decision that you and I don't appreciate, to say the least, but that will make these facilities treat them with the respect that they deserve. It's real interesting. 28 years ago in Virginia, in 1984, the National Organization for Women and the Virginia Society for Human Life held a joint press conference. Wow. The only time that has ever happened in Virginia.
I can't even believe it.
And they held it because the same regulations or something like them that are now going to be put on abortion clinics were removed. And their basic complaint was, if you take off these basic safety and health standards, women are going to be treated terribly in these clinics. And sure enough, that came to be the case in some of those clinics, and that's what the regulations being put back in place will hopefully fix.
And ultimately, we talk about Roe v. Wade, the issue of abortion as in getting rid of it. It's important for folks who are watching this to actually get involved and do something, right? Armchair warriors, we don't win battles like that, do we?
Things are pretty ugly at the federal level right now, but there's a lot of positive change happening at the state level. And one person can make a huge difference at that level. I won my first nomination by 104 votes. My pro-life coordinator, Terry Weir, made a huge difference in making sure we had that margin. 5 years later, in my third re-election, we won by 101 votes out of 40,000 cast.
Wow.
Less than about 1/4% was the margin. One household per precinct showing up. And we had 15-year-olds and 17-year-olds who were our precinct captains. They couldn't vote, but they could get votes out, and they did. So, you don't have to be a voting age even to make a difference. But certainly those who can vote have a duty to do so. And if you make the life issue an important component in what you grill candidates about and how you test them for your vote, suddenly they'll start prioritizing the issue too.
Absolutely. So for those of you watching this, vote pro-life. You got to vote for the life issues. And you just explained how important that is. Just if you stayed home, you might not get someone as strong as Ken Cuccinelli here to stand up for these life issues. We've got you, we've got Bob Marshall, Bob McDonald, Dick Black, and many other people who have been strong and rising up and saying, you know what, we got to do something about this.
We've done pretty well in Virginia.